Morning all. A couple of agenda points to deal with before we get on with the ride for the day. First off, I think the headphone socket on my phone has finally probably given up the ghost. It just doesn't really hold on to the microphone jack anymore. So I've rigged it with elastic bands, but I apologise in advance for any dodgy audio and excessive wind noise that might turn up in future videos. Second point, as a counter argument to yesterday's rather wafty philosophical video, it's fine to not know where you are in the world and be this free-spirited wanderer and not know what day of the week it is until you eat through to the bottom of your supplies and turn up at the shop only to discover that it's Sunday and shops in Norway close on Sundays. I survived yesterday on petrol station rations, which is neither a satisfying nor affordable diet, and I currently have in my bags about 2 portions of oats, a couple of handfuls of couscous, 3 slices of very sweaty processed cheese, and maybe half a pack of Mentos. So the people of Douvres had better hope the shops are open, otherwise I'm resorting to cannibalism. And when you're travelling solo, cannibalism means murder. So I need a co-op badly. Let's go and see if we can find one, shall we? Shop at Douvres was indeed open. So, the horses watered, the men refreshed, and the saddlebags bulging with supplies, we're ready to press on with the next stage of this exciting adventure. I'm climbing again today. It's not the biggest climb of the trip, but neither is it anything to be sniffed at. It's more of a long, grueling and drawn out affair where I seem to be beset by bugs. Not mosquitoes, just little black flies. They don't want to bite me. They don't seem that interested in my food. They just want to get in my face, be close to me, and be as annoying as possible. But I digress. The theme of thought today is changing plans. So, as you may or may not know, one of the places that I had planned to stop and look at on this trip was Hessdalen, where I was gonna see if I could film some UFOs or ball lightning or whatever it is that happens up there. And I'd planned a route to get me there. And that route involved cycling quite a good few miles up the valley south of Hessdalen, then doing about 3 or 4 miles just through the forest. No road, no trails, possibly a footpath. And this seemed fine when I was planning this route because I was back in England then. I was basking innocently in the dappled shade of some wonderful open beech wood. Since then, I've come to learn something about Norwegian wilderness. And I'm starting to think that flig. Oh, that one went right down. Protein. I'm starting to think that few miles could end up taking me a whole day, or could end up being absolutely impossible. It's entirely likely that it's going to be an impenetrable wilderness of untamed undergrowth, bogs, boulder fields, hidden leg-breaking hazards, and every inch of it probably inhabited by trolls and tussa and other strange folkloric beasties intent on leading me astray and drinking my soul like spring water. The alternative route is to go down and round and up and in and then back out the same way. But I really don't like retracing my steps on these rides. I don't want to ride out the same way I rode in. So, as both captain and crew of this mission, I've taken an executive decision and we're not going to Hessdalen. On the other side of this mountain, there's a junction point. And instead of going north, we're going to go east on a route that sometime in the coming week will take us over the border and into Sweden. Instead of going to Hessdalen and not seeing some UFOs, we're going to go to a big national park and definitely see a waterfall. So that's the plan, the new plan. Fork in the road, the breaking of the fellowship. That way heads north to the mysterious Hessdalen, to the possibility of getting abducted and probed by a plasma being from another dimension. That way will take me east to the much more obvious Swedish waterfall and the possibility of getting abducted and probed by tour bus full of elderly ramblers. Who knows? You make your own luck. Whatever the case, I'm going to the Swedish waterfall. I'm heading east. I hope this doesn't disappoint anyone. I know there are literally 10 people following this adventure with bated breath who may have wanted me to go north. But I think it's a very good illustration of the old adage that it's the journey and not the destination which matters. You know, I'm going to have a lovely ride and I really like waterfalls. So that's the plan. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm heading east. But for now, I think the day is coming to an end. I'm going to start looking around for somewhere to pitch and feast on some of my new supplies. Let's go down the road a little way. Well, I didn't have to go far. Came just down the road. Came away from the road a little bit and found this little shelter, just like the ones I used to sleep in back in Denmark, back in the days. Thanks to a lovely bridge, lovely flowing river. It's not quite as geared up for sleeping as the Danish ones. It's only got a little bench at the back, but that's fine. So I'm gonna cook up some dinner and crash here for the night, which I think will be absolutely beautiful. as long as it's not too mosquitoish. Never can tell. Sheltered by the trees, lots of water. I might have to sleep with a bag over my head tonight. Anyway, that's it for the day. Big changes of plans. Tomorrow we embark on the new route and yeah, see how that all goes. Into Sweden sometime in the next, I don't know, week. Exciting times, new country.